What's up, my guys and beautiful women out there? It's your boy, Six Pack G. Welcome to the Six Pack G Code. Today, I'm in Sonora Beach in beautiful, breathtaking Bali. And I just want to take this time to connect with you guys. Water out here is gorgeous. It just rained a little bit, so it's nice and cool. It's not as hot. It's beautiful. Got a bunch of dogs on the beach. Check this out. Check out these dogs. What's up, dog? Hello, everyone. It's Shaman Gabriel. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Free guys. What's up? Yeah, man. It's nice to be out here. For you guys that don't know, I was supposed to be in Thailand, but I got caught in immigration because I was going back and forth too much. So what happened was they didn't let me in. Because of that, I got stuck in Thailand for a few days. Then they deported me back to Australia, which is the flight that I took out to Thailand. And yeah, the only place they could send me where my visa was good was Bali. So this is my first time in Bali. My girlfriend met me out here, and it is beautiful. I fell in love with it right away because the connection to nature that the people have, the chillness, the relaxation. I mean, I've only been to Ubud and Sonora. Ubud is a very spiritual place, and Sonora is very calm, relaxing beach town with, it feels like a retirement community. I mean, everyone's asleep by 7 o'clock. Everyone's at the bars right now, but it's not like loungy bars with music the way you would expect. It's like rock and roll, or, you know, they're fucking playing old ass Michael Jackson. So it's more geared to the older crowd. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to go ahead and bring this video is because, shit, man, it's just nice to connect with you guys. It's nice to connect with you. I would like to talk about something, but we'll let it organically come up because I'm not one to really like to script things. I don't want to push ideas down your guys' throat. I mean, shit, I'm at a place where I can monetize the channel, but I don't even think I want to do that because, yeah, I'd rather create good content, figure out what you guys want, what you would find valuable before even thinking about monetizing. But it's a beautiful day here on the beach. Just started working out a bunch. I started my workout again once I got to Bali, which was about 2 weeks ago. And it's been a process. It's always a process getting back into something. It's hard, it's difficult. Your body isn't where it was in the past, and it's harder to recover. It's harder to push yourself through the workout. But yeah, the only way to get ahead is to get started. And so that's what I did. And what's really beautiful about being in a very affordable place, I mean, I've been living in Southeast Asia for the past year, Thailand, Vietnam, now Bali for a few months. I just extended my visa today, so I'll be here for a total of 60 days. And then I have my 5-year DTV visa in process for Thailand. But being able to be in these places, unless you have, you know, unless you're financially well off, it's very difficult to eat as clean as possible. And you can still eat clean in a very affordable way because it doesn't take money to do so. But if you want to make sure that you have all your nutrients and whatnot, it takes some planning and some strategy, if you will. And yeah, it's been a blessing being out here in Southeast Asia. Bali has been a gift. I haven't seen more beautiful beaches than the one I'm currently at. I mean, when I went to Thailand, I really wasn't in the beachy places. I was more in the dirty areas like Bangkok and Pattaya, Jomtien Beach. I didn't go to the south. I didn't even go to the south in Vietnam. I stayed in central Da Nang area, and Da Nang is quite beautiful. Da Nang is cool. Da Nang smells like cannabis. It's got to be someone out in the water. But Da Nang reminds me of Miami. It has a Miami vibe, but it's extremely affordable. So I enjoyed it out there. But yeah, being able to be in these places has been a game changer when it comes to eating correctly. I mean, I can wake up, have a beautiful breakfast, and my breakfasts typically consist of fruit, protein. So I'll get a whole bunch of eggs all the time. This is what you can do if you're, on a budget. Get yourself like 2-3 packs of eggs, boil all of them, and strategically have those throughout the day. And if you need to eat the yolk, you can have the yolk in the mornings, but don't have too much. I like to get all my fats from other things, like nuts. I don't like that much animal fat, if you will. It seems too heavy for me. My body processes fats from nuts and different veggies and stuff like that better. And that's just how my body works. And it's been a while cracking that code for myself. That's the 6-pack G code, which is my code. And this is all that I'm doing to bring to you guys, is to kind of teach you my code and how that formula works for me. And you guys can mimic it and it'll get you to a certain point, but the goal is to gain your own awareness, to gain your education, and to help empower you guys to figure out your own code and to crack that, because everyone is different. You're different. No one can be you. You guys tune into some of my workouts, you'll hear me say that a bunch. But we live in an age now, especially with social media and with internet, it's very easy to see others. It's very easy to compare yourself to others. And now more than ever, it's important to know thyself, to know who you are, and not just your ego, but to know beyond that, to resonate with something deeper, so you don't get pulled away into the fads of social media and thinking that this shit's real, because it's not. People are fake. What people are trying to show you is all fake. There's very few individuals out there that are authentic, and even though they can be authentic, at some point they're probably being fake. And yeah, I think now more than ever it's time to activate yourself, to learn what's best for your diet, for your mind, right? We've been programmed, we've been told to eat certain ways, we've been told to be certain ways, and that's what's going to make us attractive, and we've been controlled deeply by sex and the need for it. And yeah, long ago I went on a journey that I felt controlled by all these circumstances. I felt under the influence of other people's thoughts. And for me to know myself, I had to really detach from all that. I had to finally detach. Shout out what I do on the back end. If you guys want to know, I'm not even going to say it here, but check out www.finallydetached.com. But I needed to get my mind back, because before I got my mind back, I wasn't able to control what I put in my mouth. I wasn't able to control how I approached daily life, if you will, how I approached the food that I ate, how I wanted to attack the day, what I found as important, even my own thoughts within myself, right? Sometimes we're caged by our own thoughts, and everyone has thoughts that run all the time, but it's about how we use them. Do we use that to our advantage, or are we controlled by them? And for myself, I was heavily controlled by them. So it took massive time, massive awareness to approach life differently. And it all started with training my mind. And when my journey started, when I was born, the journey started, but I had a big moment in college. I had a friend who committed the giant S word, and that rocked me at that time, because I was playing football in college. I was full of ego, thought I was cool, thought that life was planned out perfectly, where all I had to do was follow a specific code, and I'd have a job and make six figures and be good looking and have a cool past because I played D1 football and so on and so forth. And what happened was I realized that none of that shit mattered, and everyone around me thought it mattered, but I knew that that wasn't going to bring me fulfillment, and that wasn't going to bring me purpose. So what I decided to do was go on a journey for myself, and that's when I mentioned, I go on a journey. That journey was a process of understanding who I am, asking deeper questions, the questions that people avoid because they find there's no point. And I wanted to go deeply into them, and I went into them full throttle because I just found a little bracelet on the floor. Excuse me. Little hair tie. That's cool. I've been asking for a hair tie. Shout out to the universe, eh? Cool hair tie. So yeah, I was going through this journey, and that journey was one of letting go of my ego and truly wanting to be a better person. And at that time, it was I wanted to be a better person, to crack a code of being able to make more money, to get better jobs and opportunities, to separate myself from other people so I can be more attractive to women. So I was what I felt like doing the right thing, but in time I realized I was doing it for the wrong reasons. It was just a new mask to the same old equation. And what I realized is I had to change the root of the equation, what I was really wanting for myself and what I needed to do in that process. And the main thing that I found I needed to do was be honest. I was always such a liar, and not just, I never did small lies or lied to people, but I found I lied to myself, and that shit was the worst. And it was important for me to gain a level of integrity. And all of this was pushing me on a path of, I don't even like to label it as spirituality or whatever the hell. I knew there was something that we weren't taught. And I knew that I wanted to gain access to deeper levels of myself by first knowing myself. And once I knew myself, I can identify with my true self and carry myself through my daily life in a new way, which would be profound change. And so what I did, that's when I first went to Thailand, and I learned yoga, I learned hypnotherapy, I dove deep into meditation. I got certified in these things so I could not do them for other people, but practice them for myself. And during this time, I was working out a lot too. I was a certified NASM, personal trainer. And yeah, I needed to walk this path fully. And I was discouraged by a lot of my family, because I was walking a path when I was playing football and playing in college. I was walking that perfect path, right? I was the ideal grandson, the ideal son, and all I had to do was keep putting one foot in front of the other. But I lacked the endurance to do so. I lacked the want to be able to do so, and that could be seen now as a weakness, or that can be seen as a strength, because what I needed to do was follow my intuition. And I was always taught by my mother to follow my intuition, so I did that. And I learned to get real good at that. And sometimes that means doing what the world doesn't expect you to do. And I got real good at doing that too. So much so where, life around me fell apart. It got fucked up. But I stayed the path. I stayed the course. Because as I started to live this process, walk this path, approach this new lifestyle, I started to learn new things. I started to be in different ways. And I started to see through a bunch of stuff. And I started to ask deep questions. So deep that you can even say, I started to even tap into conspiracy theories. Not for the sake of calling anyone out or worrying about stuff I couldn't control, but just to really identify and enforce and understand why was I never trained the right way? Why were we never taught in school how to truly handle money and what it was? Why did I not grow up understanding what my mind was and how powerful it was and how I'm a creator? Not just the idea of grunt work and putting something together like Play-Doh, but to be able to use something like imagination and visualization to see something before it even empowers itself into the creative process of molding it with your hands. It took a long time, and the time is still unraveling. But during this journey, I found tools that truly helped. Help is an understatement. That truly broke me through. That really gave me the change and transformation that I was seeking. And if you're not seeking it and you're not honest about it, you're not going to find it. This path isn't one for the faint of heart. And I deeply realized that. And I was willing to dedicate myself to the path over my feelings. And so I started to learn how to be and how to carry myself like a man, and how to be true to my word, and how to put what I truly believe first, and to not to follow anything else, no matter who said it, where it came from, what certifications or diplomas they have. None of that mattered to me. I started to see through everything in my own way. And I'm not here to preach about what I saw through. I just am here to preach that whatever you're willing to move through, you will create the path for yourself. But you must be full of integrity, and you must detach from everything that's kept you where you are. And in this channel, and what I found in life, which is why it relates to this channel, is working out was the easiest way to start this process. Working out develops skills and discipline and deep concepts that
A few moments later.
That helped me carry disciplines and energy into different things. Helped me channel, essentially. And I'm not talking about connecting with spirits or anything like that. I'm talking about just the mental energy, mental fortitude, will. That was all very important. And that was my life for a while, with football and training and being at the bottom of a pack and visualizing myself being at the top and using that visualization to push me at a different rate. I realized, our talent, we can't do anything about that. Some are blessed with it, others aren't. But what we can do is control how we work and how we think and how smart we execute. And so that's what working out taught me. Because if you approach working out methodically and in a way of pure naturalness, right? Not putting random shit in your body, not doing what everyone else does, but figuring out how to do it natural, how to benefit yourself, figuring out your code, what you're supposed to be eating, what sits on your body, what doesn't, what does your mind attract to, what do you need, feel like you need but you actually don't, what are your workouts stopping, where are they stopping at, what do you feel like your limitations, what do you hate doing, do you hate squatting, do you hate doing pull-ups, like figuring all of this stuff out and pulling data on yourself and being able to intentionally there's some more dogs playing, but to intentionally approach these the dogs playing around, they just ran up to me. Shout out to Coach JB. If you guys don't know the Coach JB show, he said if dogs run up to you, you just got to get down to their level and go but yeah, I mean, shit, I kind of lost my train of thought, but that's okay. It's just nice to be out here. It's nice to connect with you guys. Point of the story, create your own story. Walk the path, and we're all walking a path, and it's learning who we are. And to learn who we are and decipher this content, the parts of ourselves please subscribe. That we want to change, we first have to identify with ourselves as beyond the human aspect. And that's the secret. If I can share any secret with you guys, it's being able to identify yourself as something beyond human. And if you can do that, you'll be able to approach yourself, this humanness of you as a natural process. It is what it is, but the only way to change it is not from the humanness. It's from the idea of mind that you are something greater. And that is what allows you to push more. That's what allows you to move through feelings, these human feelings that are just neural synapses in the brain going off and making you feel like you need certain things, or you're attracted to certain stuff, or you're weak in certain ways. None of it is true. None of that is true. What's only true is what we tell ourselves. And not just what we tell ourselves, but what we are willing to do about it. That's what defines us. And that's the point of this channel. That's really the point of this channel. To take you guys through the journey of life, the journey of finding purpose, the journey of using tools like working out and eating correctly, traveling the world to gain a deeper insight into who we are as men, and to be better men, and to not be fooled or bamboozled by programming that is for the benefit of other men or women, but truly the benefit of what we find important, of what we want to dedicate our energy to, of the people we love. And in turn, if we can identify with ourselves as something beyond the human, we can see everyone as such. And that gives us as men a level of unconditional love. And not naivete, but just an awareness that even if things are shitty, even if people are bad, even if people fuck you over, everyone's trying their best. Everyone's trying their best. And all you can do is control yourself. All you can do is learn your lessons. And all you can do is apply that. And one quote that's always stuck with me by Alex Collier, someone I stumbled upon when I was going through my conspiracy stuff. That's irrelevant. But the quote itself is very relevant, and that's: the love we withhold is the pain that we carry. The love we withhold for others is the pain that we carry. The love that we hold from ourselves is the pain that we carry. And sometimes love is tough love. And tough love is best given when it's given to yourself. That's why when things are hard, then do it hard. If shit's not easy, eating correctly, then shit, man, make it easy for yourself to walk that path. Set everything up. Make your eggs, right? If you get hungry often, then make sure you have an abundance of stuff there. You know, bunch of egg whites. I mean, it's as simple as that, guys. Pure protein. How can you get pure protein without putting all carbs and a whole bunch of shit inside your body? I mean, that stuff's fine, but me personally, my path is maximum efficiency. How to be at like 1% body fat. You know what I'm saying? It's not about how big you are. It's about just how connected are you? And I've never felt more connected with my mind, my body, my soul when I'm in immaculate shape. And to me, immaculate shape is like being able to be a model. You know? A model in your own right. To walk in your own skin and you feel extremely sexy. Not because of the testosterone that you take or steroid usage or anything like that. But man, it feels so good when you know that you got to the point you wanted to get to because of how you approached your mind, how you trained your mind, and how you cracked the code to yourself. And you start to see through all the fads, all the different workouts, all the different bullshit, if you will, because you see, okay, that's cool. And what they're doing is teaching something that worked for them, but what works for one won't work for anyone else, especially if they honestly did it correctly and they walk that path. They can inspire you to your path. They can give you creativity, but they can't give you the answer. The answer has to come within you. It has to come from you. It has to come from you. And your goal, if you're beginning this journey, is to find people that became them. And the future is authentic. So finding those who are authentic to themselves. And what I found too is that some of the realest people and some of the truest teachers, in my humble opinion, never had the large followings. There's a reason why people have massive followings and why certain people are pushed. And there's a reason why others aren't. I mean, people being shadow banned and all this stuff, all this censorship is very real. And being able to see through all of this is important. This gets into that full circle, the social media age, and how it's all fake, but we respect people the way we used to respect the past of doctors and having a specific credential. Now it's having a specific following. It's having a certain number of whatever that kind of builds this respect. But sometimes it's about just finding the few. Because we're all looking for ourselves. And once you go on the journey to find yourself, and if you guys have questions about that, I can answer them. A lot of us become very machismo, that's how we say it in Spanish, but it's like very manly. So we don't want to cry, we don't want to go into ideas of healing, we don't want to approach things like that because it's a waste of time. But what I've learned from my journey is that it's not a waste of time. My true fear was entering the rat race and losing myself in the job and the accumulation of money and losing my feelings, losing my humanness, the depth, my authentic self. I never got an opportunity to find that. So if I wasn't able to find it, I didn't want to lose myself inside something without even knowing who the hell I was. Because that would have been tragic. And with the work that I do, I find that's what most people are approaching. They fell into the keeping up with the Joneses and different things of that nature that made them disregard the true work and label it as a waste of time. And they come to me full circle when they've accumulated millions of dollars and they have a family and everything's good, but now they're looking for something deeper. They want purpose. They want deeper meaning. They feel like they're missing something. And that is what I didn't want to experience myself. And so I walked the path of turning my back on women, turning my back on money, turning my back on these things that I saw as tools to control me. And I needed to get to a point where I had choice. I was able to choose what I wanted, how I wanted it, and what would be best for me. And what I find is that Now the journey is easy. It's easy because there's an ease to it. There's no strain, there's no comparing myself with other people. There's just this feeling that I'm looking to attain. And the only person in control of that feeling is myself. And when I don't feel good, it's because I'm not doing something right. And the journey has provided me with the awareness to know where I'm in my own way, when I'm not. And it's been a beautiful unfoldment. And that's why I'm here bringing this to you. I mean, guys, working out is just the beginning. Working out is the key to harnessing your mind. Harnessing your mind is the key to going deeper within yourself. Going deeper within yourself is the key to evoking energy and truth and true masculinity that can't be bought and can't be constructed. It has to be realized. And that energy is what makes you extremely desirable to women. Because women don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what they want. They have ideas of what they want. But the truth is they want a man who knows who he is. And you are not your money. You are not your cars. You're not your watch. You're not your status. You're you, the you beyond all that. And if you've never identified with that, then everything that you want in life may be on the other side of that journey. Because what I found is life is short. And if we're looking to and working to accumulate things that we can't take with us, then what's the point? Our spirit, our soul, our minds are who we are. And that will be with us for eternity. So make sure it has peace. Make sure it's ready to go at any moment, because at any moment it could all be done. And for me, that space, that's heaven. That's heaven. Knowing that it can come at any time and you welcome it. So yeah, guys, thank you for this time. Thank you for joining me, and start the journey. The Ultimate Mushroom Therapy Guidebook. This is everything you need to know about theory, ceremonies, integration, and legal cultivation. This is by myself, Shaman Gabriel, and psychologist Yi Lin. This book has everything you need to know about mushroom therapy, about how to approach this for spirituality, for healing trauma, and for anything that you are finding yourself in your own way. So anything that is in your own way, this will help you unstuck it. Why? Because it starts from the beginning. This book follows a story, a protocol, a lineage, a way to follow the insight of the mushroom. The mushroom speaks, and my calling was to help decipher the way to get anyone to come in contact with the voice of the mushroom and to then become a vessel for it, a healing vessel for others. Hello everyone, Shaman Gabriel. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and also check out this video right here that YouTube thinks you will really enjoy. Thank you for tuning in.